If you're not using AI, then AI will be using you. And so if you're a recruiter, how can you utilize the power of AI to maximize your revenues in 2024 and beyond? In this video, I'm going to explain to you 5 ways that you can use AI in your business on a daily basis in order to maximize your revenues, make more placements, and not only save you time, but increase the leverage of the time that you have. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because the last point is the most important. Number 1, AI can help you find companies in your niche. Now, this is a cool little trick that you can do when you're using ChatGPT. I haven't tested this on Gemini, but I'm sure it will work the same way. And in essence, all you want to do is write a prompt where you are asking the AI to find you companies that do the specific thing that the companies in your niche do in a particular area. So for example, you can ask ChatGPT which oil and gas companies are based in London, and it will give you a list of companies that are based in London that are in the oil and gas industry. You can ask it very specific prompts where you can say to it, give me a list of 100, but give it to me 10 at a time. And the reason that you want to put in that limit of 10 at a time is just to make sure that the AI is going to spit out the information to you without creating any errors. So if you're struggling for clients, if you can't find new companies, or if you're just starting out and you want a quick list of companies that you can go to send candidates to, then that's a great way to find new companies that you might not have even realized are in your niche. Number 2, with AI, we can now have very, very sophisticated conversations with our customers without actually having those conversations ourselves. And we can do that through creating chatbots. So the heavy lifting is done at the front end where you program the chatbot with the questions, the obstacles, the challenges, the FAQs that customers will generally tend to ask, and you give it the responses that you would want to give. And obviously with the LLMs being so sophisticated right now, you can just give it prompts rather than actually giving it scripts, which is what you used to be able to do in the past. So if you go onto some websites, you might get some very, very clunky chatbots because they haven't updated yet. So you can use AI, you can plug through APIs to ChatGPT, to Gemini, and any other LLM out there that provides this type of artificial intelligence to help you have conversations with your customers when you're not even around. Say you're busy, you're on calls, somebody's trying to get through to you, they can't get through to you, somebody's come to your website and they just want to ask a question. They can ask those questions and you can use AI to keep them engaged and bring them into your ecosystem. So that's a fantastic way to use AI to automate processes within your business. Number 3, now writing emails is one of the most important skills that you can learn as a recruiter. Your bread and butter will come through your emails. And so what you want to maximize is the attention that your emails get. And how do you do that? You make sure that the subject line is catchy. You make sure that the subject line of your emails are worth paying attention to and clicking on. So what are we talking about? We're talking about open rate. And again, using these AI technologies such as ChatGPT and Gemini, you can write prompts to ask it to give you catchy email subjects for the emails that you're sending out. So you can you can describe what the email content is about, what you're trying to achieve, and then you can give the instruction to the AI to write that email subject line in order to improve and have a high click-through rate with your customers based on the content and based on their persona. So if you want to increase your email open rates, if you want to get some fresh new ideas of how you can promote your candidates to the market, then use AI to write you email subject lines that will increase the open rate that you're currently getting. Number 4, it can explain to you the niche that you're currently working in. And so this is something that comes up a lot with the students that come on board to the coaching program. When they come onto the program, they see that I recommend to them to go for a high value niche. These are usually what we call STEM skills. So science, technology, engineering, or mathematical skills. So for example, most of my career has been within engineering and manufacturing, also within oil and gas, and I've done a bit of IT and software development as well. So these are all skills that have a high barrier to entry. You need qualifications, you would need to do multiple courses, which are quite intense. They're not easy courses to do. And so the pay for those positions are higher, but because the skills are harder to acquire. Compare that to, for example, a van driver or a lorry driver. Now, I understand that there might be some qualifications that a lorry driver might have to go through, but they're not very intense. And a van driver doesn't need to go through any courses whatsoever in order to get that job. So if you're recruiting those positions, there's a flood of candidates on the market. How do you differentiate those candidates? It's very, there is really no way to differentiate the candidates. And so when you recruit in this way, you're actually doing a higher ticket fees. So the salaries that you're working with are much higher. The fees that you can charge are much higher, and the time that you're putting in is a lot less. So it's actually the ideal way of generating wealth for yourself, because it's much more scalable than going for the lower ticket, which is just a slog. So when I say this to people, people say, well, I don't know anything about engineering. I don't know anything about software development or JavaScript development or Python development or .NET or C# or any of these skill sets. And so now with AI, you can very quickly actually have a conversation with this AI to better understand what you're actually going to be recruiting for. So if you go through the course and you go through the niche target selection module, you'll see the process for finding your niche. And once you've gone through that process, whatever niche comes out of the end of it, based on your criteria, then you can understand better the niche by just asking the AI that question and asking it anytime a new skill, a new technology, something new, a new requirement from a client comes up where they've said, we want this skill, and you don't understand what that is. Obviously, you should ask the client, you should ask your candidates, but if you just want some quick information, some context before you get on a call, you can quickly jump onto AI, you can jump onto ChatGPT and Gemini, and you will be able to ask them any questions that you have, and it will give you good responses. You can even ask it to give you the explanation to a particular age group. So if you want it really broken down and simplified, you can say, explain HVAC systems to me as if I'm a 5-year-old. And it will explain it to you in the most simplest of terms. Number 5, you can use AI to build you a database where you can store your client and your candidate information. Now, this is something that's very cool, that's developed, and it's still developing, and it's ongoing, and it's refining, which is the ability to actually ask these systems like ChatGPT, like Gemini, for code, and you can actually ask it to build you a system. Now, the best way to do this is not in one hit and say, build me a system, is to systematically go through the process. So if I was you, and what I've been playing around with is starting from the very top and explaining what you want to do. So you start off by explaining, I need a recruitment database where I can store my client and candidate information. What features would it need to have? And once it's given me the feature list, then I will get the code for each of those features. Then I will get a code for the framework and how to put it together, and even get instructions for how to do this as a beginner. So even as a beginner, it will tell me what to download. So for example, if I'm using a Mac, it will say, download Python and install it into terminal, and then go to terminal, etc., etc., etc. So it will actually break things down for you step by step by step. Now, I recommend that you have a database, that you pay something like Bullhorn. There's others like Vincere. There's others like Job Adder, for example, that you can use. But if you want to go for a free option, then that's a way that you can do it. So if you like this video and you're a recruiter or you want to start your own recruitment business, then make sure you click the subscribe button and leave a comment below letting me know which one of these 5 you're going to implement into your business first. Or if you have another way that you're using AI within your recruitment business, leave it in the comments below. If you want to get started with your recruitment business, or if you want to accelerate the growth of your recruitment business, then make sure you click the link below. It's going to be there for a very, very limited time only. So check it out there below to get on the course. You don't need to get on any calls with me, any conversations. You literally click the link and you're able to get into the course straight away, and you're able to go through the course week by week, pushing your business forward. By the end of the 6 weeks, you will have a fully functioning recruitment business where you'll have interviews and clients and potentially even some deals on the board already. So I'll see you on the next video.